and welcome everyone to me not having our faces where they're supposed to be. Let me just finagle a few people around here. And 3, 2, 1. Nope, now Steve is Anders. And now everyone's where they need to be. Perfect. All right, well, welcome everyone to the much anticipated, super long overdue, session 3 of our little Mechwarrior Destiny, Salvaged Destiny Homecoming campaign. This is our actual play. So the players and I have been talking, and I'm just going to be very upfront with everybody. So we've got about 3 sessions left. We've decided we are going to get a nice little bow on this story, win or lose, as the Mechwarriors here go to retake Kentarens along with Duke Desari. But with that being said, we're just going to go around the table, have everyone introduce themselves, tell us who they are playing, and then we're going to have a really great recap from me. Because I don't know if the players remember what happened last session, but we'll get there. So let's go around the table. Let's go Anders, Steve, Strom, and then Aaron. Take it away, gentlemen.
Hi, I'm Anders Carlson, playing Jacob Vasloff, currently dealing with phone Zoom because laptop Zoom didn't want to update, but trying to get it fixed right now, and I'm playing the mercenary for hire, new to the company.
Nice. There you go. Beautiful. Steveski.
Hi, I'm Steve, and I am being Cyprian Devon, who is, he's loving his rocket boat, and is waiting to see what this prince has got to say for himself.
I like it. Willow, Strom, how are you, man?
Hey, how's it going? I am Strom. You can find me on YouTube. Strom plays Kill Team. I'm playing Willow, who is a wisecracking, fast-talking, absolute mad lad.
I like it. And Aaron, of course.
Yeah, and I'm Aaron. You can find me on YouTube at Strom Plays Kill Team, and you can't, but you can find Strom there, and trust me, he's a lot more entertaining than I am. So I'm playing Callum, the forward 6 scout of the company. He's not a mad lad. He's good at his job, but not much else.
Straight as an arrow.
We need a rock on the team because we have a Willow.
And of course, I'm Derwolf, the game master, here to spin tales and tell the story of our crazy mech warriors. But when we last left off our intrepid adventurers, you all had devised a daring, some might say suicidal, insane plan. Actually, it was a very good plan. It was a very good plan to rescue not only a significant number of Duke Desari's allies, battle brothers, etc., but also your very own missing mech warriors, Delta Company, those that thought lost but are actually alive. And I think we lost somebody. Who'd we lose?
No, we gained someone.
Who'd we gain?
We gained hourly again.
We have a second Anders.
We have a second hourly. All right. Well, that's weird. What's going on over there, Anders? What are you doing?
There's 2 of them.
He's on the laptop.
Oh, there we go. All right, we fixing it. We're fixing it.
Yeah,
we got it. All right, now I gotta
fix
fix the
laptop,
faces.
so
Love to see it. Love to see it. All right, cool. I was very confused and angry, but now I'm just confused. All right, but now I'm just angry. No. But with that being said, you guys devised an incredible plan to rescue members of the Delta Company that you thought lost well over a year and a half, almost 2 years ago at this point in game. And it worked. It was a decisive victory. It was a well-executed plan. And now you have mech warriors, logistics, engineers, mech techs. You have enough to really put together something that could potentially knock the Donegal Guard and Katrina off of Kentares IV, which is very exciting. But we're actually going to open our scenes here inside the dropship, inside of your massive dropship, which has become not a makeshift command center per se, but Ian is there with several of his friends and fellow mech warriors, his battle buddies, as I like to say. And you all have some time really just to catch up, to talk, to kind of just settle in for a little bit. And my goal with today's session, gentlemen, is to give you all a chance to talk to NPCs, characters you want to have conversations with, and start to kind of like tie up some of those plot lines you've had with those NPCs, because Ian has been talking about the final strike, the big battle, as it were. That's what's been going around this command center, as it were, for the last hour or two. And his plan is to march on the palace in the capital of Kentares IV, kick out his uncle, who's been there, it's kind of taken over, and it's going to take everybody. And this is one of those fights that's win or lose. It's winner take all, is what it is. So you guys are prepping for that. He's asked you. Obviously, he'll pay you. He said he understands your mech warriors, as it were, mercenaries. But this could do it. This could retake the planet and kick that bitch off of it forever. So we're gonna open with sort of a cocktail party, as it were. You know, maybe you're all in your fineries and you're all shooting the shit and talking. And does anyone have a conversation they wanted to have with anybody else before we dive into a little bit more meatier plot, as it were?
Willow wants to take it's Esme, right? Is our lawyer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Willow wants to take Esme aside to like a corner of the room, and he's gonna say, quietly to her, the prince cannot know that I falsified all of my documents to get into the royal guard. It has to be between the two of us.
This entire cocktail party that's been going on, Esme has been, she's been very quiet, and you actually walked over and found her kind of in the corner. She's very much acting as like she's just on the periphery of the party. She's not really engaging with anybody. And as you walk over and you start the conversation with her, Willow, she sort of jumps as though being startled, caught unaware, as it were. Oh, Willow, yes, right, no, I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Why? Do you think I would say something?
You're all right. It's personal bias. Maybe I'm a little racist against lawyers. I don't know.
Racist against lawyers? I mean, like, jobist or something? Are you some sort of elitist?
Maybe. I'm not so good with words.
That's why I'm the lawyer, and you pew with your giant machine of death, right?
Yeah. And run the entire company. That's all.
Sure. No, it's good. Great. Right. And then you see her, she again looks distracted. And there's like that awkward silence where like she looks away, then looks back at you. Nobody says anything.
Willow is standing there looking like this the entire time.
I like that. I like that. Just little eyebrows raised. She finally looks over to him and says, I have two choices on the table right now, Willow. And one of them seems more a guarantee than the other. And I am nothing if not a survivor, as it were. Willow, if you had a way out of this, all of this, but you had to break a couple eggs, would you do it?
It's a difficult question. Considering that I've already broken a couple of eggs to get out of a bad situation, I can tell you from experience that there is never getting out of anything. There's always consequences to every action. Sometimes they're personal. Sometimes they hit everyone around you.
No, that's...
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. So how would you get a little more specific?
Never mind. It doesn't even matter.
It's okay. That's what I'm here for.
Give me negotiations.
All right.
Give
Ooh,
her bonus to lawyer roll.
that's a big number.
She
What did
lawyered up on you.
I rolled a 2 and a 3.
You did.
What? Well, I will reroll mine. I might have you reroll those 2 6s, but
I can spend an edge to make her reroll 2 6s.
wow, really? Another 2 and a 3? Jesus Christ. We're starting again. Yeah. I'll give you my other edge to reroll those 2 6s.
All right, so I'm rolling at a +5, and I'm rolling 2d6. 7. That is still a 12.
Hey, can I borrow an edge to reroll my dice?
Just burn through all
Somebody.
the edge in this social encounter.
I just need to roll not a 2 and a 3. I have a +6 to this.
Really funny.
You could take one of mine.
I appreciate it.
And then all the edge was gone.
This better be a fucking good negotiation.
Hey!
Listen, I just need to not roll a 2 and a 3. That's
So it's
statistically
a lot of
unlikely.
you standing there, Willow, with your eyebrows raised, and her just going, "No, I don't want to talk about it." You just, no, I don't want to talk about it. It's just like constantly you get closer, and finally she breaks, and she says, "I know someone. I know someone that's working with the Donegal Guard, and well, they've offered me a lot of money. Turn on all of you."
So take the money.
Why?
Because you don't have to turn on us if you take the money. You can take the money and feed them shit information. You can turn the money and act as a double agent. You should still take the money. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, she says some like ridiculous, like, I don't know, 10 million C bills or something stupid. It's like ridiculous.
I don't even.
amount.
You don't even need to give it to us. Keep it. I don't care. Take the money. Use it for yourself. And then we trust you.
She looks genuinely shocked, almost a little appalled at how chill you are about this, and just
How is she shocked? She's done the background
I-
checks on him.
I've done the background checks on you, but you still never cease to surprise me. Boom, that's canon now. Ha, got him. Got you, Cyprian. All right, but no, she seems a little shocked, and she nods. Okay. Enjoy the party. She'll just
You too.
like go to touch her shoulder, but not, and then walk away.
I'll pat her on the shoulder and say, "Hey, think about all the money you're about to have."
Yeah, that's great. Weird guy. All right, anybody
Cyprian will watch her as she leaves or goes to wherever she's going, like just glancing sidelong.
He'll walk out. She exits.
Yeah. Cyprian's keeping an eye on her.
Doesn't like her. Never has.
Well, Cyprian
Don't
doesn't like
trust her.
anybody who openly hits on him.
Fair.
Exactly.
That is true. He doesn't like anybody that openly hits on him.
Solid.
Hilarious. All right, who else says somebody you want to talk to?
Cyprian's going to just lean against this handrail, being nonchalant.
I like that.
And
Wait
I
to see what this
do.
prince says for himself.
I also want to talk to the former, now current teammates, but I want to do that after everyone else gone.
Yeah.
I don't want to hog the spotlight.
No worries. Nobody. Not a word. Fair enough.
All right, I'll hog the spotlight.
Yeah, hog the spotlight, man. Go for it.
Yeah, so I just will walk up to him like, so it doesn't look like you've been eating well.
They laugh. No, hadn't been eating well at all, man. Prison food. Well, it's prison food. As George chuckles at that.
Yeah, I know it all too well. I mean, yeah, I never had it. Would know.
Well, thanks for rescuing us.
Well, you would have done the same. So,
Maybe.
what's your plans now?
So, Hellen, she actually pipes up. Well, I'm to understand that you guys have a mercenary company now, and a lot more mechs than you have pilots. We've been out of the cockpit for a little over a year and a half, but we don't feel that rusty.
Willow will hike us them over to Sam and Bruce and say, "Oh, they can show you the ropes."
Bruce is like, "Hi." Sam's like, "Stop it. Hi, stop it."
Be serious, Sam.
Oh, sorry. Absolutely. I mean, at this point, if we can sign up with you and strike back at the Donegal and Katrina, we're all in. As long as the pay's good. As long as the pay's good, says Alan.
About that, I mean, you're untested. We gotta set you up for the training thing. I don't know. Maybe the first mission you'll get to 60% of your normal pay.
Yinny's at the back just shaking her head like, you bastard. You absolute bastard.
Of course, we'll have you, and of course, the pay is good. For now.
I like it. I like it.
The one thing before you get all cheery and doe-eyed on me, I am in charge, so sucks to suck.
All three of them, including Yinny, give you the most half-hearted, like, limp-wristed salute. Like, in unison, almost like it was planned.
You know what? Keep that attitude. I like that energy. I'd say at ease, but I think you're already there.
Callum, you've been up near the little hollow display, and Ian's been there, and he's been making small talk with the sergeant major, his wife, and you, actually. And you know, he's talking with the sergeant major and just complimenting him how well, you know, he's done with the mercenary company. And the sergeant major says, "Well, candidly speaking, Prince, it wasn't really me. I simply helped a little bit with logistics." And he motions over to you, Callum, and then also to Willow, who's addressing several of the former Delta Company Mechwarriors. These fine men and women, he looks over at Sam, they turned nothing into something. They took the impossible, spat in its face, and made it reality. If you should be complimenting or thanking anyone, Prince, it should be them. And then he actually looks over at his son, Cyprian, and this looks like a proud look on his face. He looks back. Even my own son, who is like a fish out of water in a battle mech. He learned to love the cockpit. Phrasing, says his wife.
Are we not doing phrasing anymore?
Are we not doing phrasing anymore? That's all right. She chuckles. No, I'm kidding. But my question to you, Prince. What happens from here? Talk at this gathering has gone around, and we've heard discussion of a final assault, retaking of the palace, a killing of the usurper. Does that hold true? And the prince is listening to him, and then he turns to you, Callum. I'm to understand, Callum, you're the forward scout of the Donegal Guard. Not the Donegal Guard, the Mechwarriors. Why
You
can't I
learn
think
my
of the mercenary
terrible
company?
secret, and I'll pull my sidearm and execute him.
You are the lead.
For Katrina!
Fucking.
Boom, boom, boom.
For
Campaign
Katrina!
over.
Boom, boom, boom. That's beautiful. What a twist. That was a great twist. For the Evanhart Sons. And if you were in my position, and you actually see like a tactical readout display that he like pulls up, and you see like where the Donegal Guard are, movements. You can see the palace. You can see there's like a tentative plan for them to assault and reclaim the palace, and then use it as like a stronghold, and then hopefully the people of Kentares like rise up with them. That's basically the plan right now. At this point, but he looks at it and he goes, "If you were in my position, what would you do?"
I'd capture and secure a strong point from which to project power, and I'd do it before they could bring any more dropships in system. Last time I checked, they had no operating dropships on planet.
They do not, but they still have 10 lances, a lot of mechs, more than double our numbers. Well, maybe not the number of mechs, but capable and trustworthy pilots. That's what we're lacking.
Well, sir, we did come back here specifically to help you.
He then pulls up an image of like a valley pass that has a one singular road that leads down it. And he actually motions for Jacob, Willow, and Cyprian to join him at the table. And all 7 of you there, as it were. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, right? Is that 4, 5, 6? Yeah, all 7 of you. Even the Mrs. Cyprian, as it were. Cyprian's mom, as it were. But would be there's like 2 Mrs. Cyprians, but he will not say yes to either of them. It's so weird. He's just like, "Oh, a girl that likes me." Nope. There he is. The whole thing.
Run away.
Love it. Absolutely love it. But he pulls it up and shows this valley pass. And you guys quickly realize and recognize what it is because you actually trained here at one point. You were going to be palace guards, right? This is the valley pass that leads up to the palace. All right, the Valley Pass Palace, the Palace Valley Pass, the PvP. There it is, Palace Valley Pass, the PvP. We'll be fighting each other because Callum's actually secretly a Donegal spy and has been the whole time. So there it is.
Shut up.
Shut up. But as he shows the pass, you can see. Actually, let's have you guys make some rolls. Roll me some tactics. Who's got tactics? Roll me some tactics, and then we'll see what you guys discover about this particular pass.
We're getting tactical.
I got tactics.
Willow has leadership.
I'll take leadership.
So that is +8.
Nailed it. Double ones, baby.
Let's go. Get after it.
Jesus Christ.
That's the worst
I mean,
roll I've seen in a long time.
I got double 2s. So
Terrible. They're all terrible. All right, who got the best roll? Jacob.
Yes.
You, sir.
Yes.
You, sir, can now discuss the best way to hold a Valley Pass because you're the only one that rolled high enough to be like, "Oh, this is a good defensible choke point." Everyone else is like, I don't know, maybe a little drunk.
That sure is a valley.
Yeah, Jacob's a teetotaler. So he's going to look at it and he's going to say,
you call that a
my
valley?
Warhammer, my Warhammer has the range advantage. I'll be sticking behind with her near this rock pillar. Let's see. Cyprian should try and stick back with me because his long range missile, his longbow won't be able to really do much at close range. Let's see. He's gonna go through everybody with with all their tactics,
Strengths and weaknesses.
whatever mech they have. Yep, Callum with his Timberwolf as the closer. Gosh, I already forgot what Willow has. It slipped my mind, but
I'm in the king crab, baby.
He's got a king crab.
That'll be fun.
The king crab.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
And what I'll do for you, gentlemen, is I'll actually show you the Valley Pass we're going to be using. I will show you the Valley Pass. Here we go. A nice Valley Pass. Look at that. Skadoosh. You guys are on the Valley Pass. There it is. That is the pass you will be potentially defending next session. Talk to me.
I say, since they're going to be coming from this direction, correct, GM?
Correct. Yep.
I say we set up here, and that way we've got fallback positions. We've actually even got a couple of decent ambush points.
Like, look at this.
Yeah, I say we
Crossfire
put the king.
points.
Yeah, so we put the king crab kind of right there, powered down for him to amble out and strike from the side with those whatever big gun. It's a king crab, so it's gonna have big guns.
I
But
think it's got AC-20s.
He's got pinchies.
Yep. he can also pinch at him. But
The clamps.
yeah, and I say he's yamping for a clamping.
the
And then
clamps!
I say the I'm gonna put my warhammer kind of up here so he has range and then also still some fallback options. Maybe right there. Whatever. We'll deal with that as it comes. But I'll be on the north side of the canyon.
I'm actually placing tokens on the map so you guys can actually like
There you go.
mess
There's
around
one.
with your tokens. You know what I mean? Got your Warhammer. There we go. Is that what's the version of that Warhammer, Jacob?
Warhammer 6DB.
6DB.
Also, I don't have control of it, unfortunately.
Oh, I know. I'm getting there. Hold your bones. 6DB.
There we go, now I got it. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. That's everybody, right? Brilliant. All right. Where would you pop yourselves?
I think I'd pop myself right there in a position that's got some decent cover, but I can still move back to cover Cyprian if need be.
Yeah.
Work to my strengths.
Love that. What else we got?
So the other thing we need to think about is any forces coming out of the palace can great that we ambush them and stuff. But if they decide just to not stay and engage because only a fool stays in a bad position, if they try and break through, we need to have the other lance that we have, lance and a half, just a little bit farther down the canyon because it looks like it boxes in here. So any forces that do break through, they can just get walled in and blown apart.
Yep.
Let them
Agreed.
run the gauntlet, and then they run right into a meat grinder.
Yep.
Smart.
Do we have any?
Honestly, we could set them up on the bluffs up here.
I was going to say, Cyprian will kind of walk over from where he's been perching himself on the handrail and like point at the hollow display that I'm presuming is showing this.
Yeah,
and
correct.
Suggest that maybe Cyprian will position himself in direct view, like straight down that road, so everybody can see that there's a fucking massive mech sat on the perch of a hill, but just outside of that nice extreme range. And then as soon as they come into extreme range, unload a first salvo and set off running.
Not a bad
As you say,
idea.
It's an
pull them
idea.
pull them into the meat grinder. You're all powered down anyway, so hopefully by the time they set off running, you can power yourself up and ambush them square in the sides.
It's an idea, but I think the better thing we can do is if we are all hidden and just ambush a smaller contingent that comes out, say 1 or 2 mechs or a couple of APCs or whatever shows up, just blow it up, let them call for help, have backup come out, blow those up, let them call for help. That way we can get a slow trickle of forces instead of having a large force come at us all at once.
Not a bad idea.
And that way we can
unless of course if you give your
I feel like
positions away.
it would be more likely, since they're going to be coming to assault the palace, or relieve the palace at this point, I don't think we have to worry about them calling for anybody else for help. I feel like we're going to engage them regardless.
Well, from the palace, I mean. That way, forces come out and a trickle instead of all of them at once.
The forces aren't
And-
going to be coming from the palace. They're going to be going to the palace.
All right, the enemy
Ian,
forces?
we're blocking for Ian. Ian's going to assault the palace, and we're going to make sure that he doesn't get overrun from the rear.
Correct.
So, okay, this is the palace.
Correct.
Right, right,
the,
right,
the,
right,
the
right,
narrow
right.
end is the palace. Yeah.
Okay. Then we
I
should all
was with
stay
you
hidden.
on.
I
I
just
was
like
with
to
you on
imagine that is in character because Willow doesn't
Yeah.
often pay attention.
That was in character, yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
And then, yes, then doubly so, we should all stay hidden.
It may be. Well, if we're going to station the others on the bluffs, that'll close up the back of the kill box for any units that try to break through.
If that's the case, then I think it would be better if my King Crab were
Maybe if you were back farther, yeah. there
back
you go.
farther. That way, the Mad Cat, Duke Hellen, can harry their rear, push them forward, and you can push them straight into the wall that is the King Crab.
You guys are gonna hate me in this final fight, by the way.
Good.
Do it. Let's go.
Like it's gonna be unfair.
Let's
Like
go.
so, if you guys did it, who here's played Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance?
It's so brutal at the end.
Okay, like it is brutal at the end. Like so, Ian assaults the palace. Like this is from the game, right? Ian assaults the palace, and then there's, I believe, maybe my memory's shaky, but there's like another group of like mech warriors that's like defending him as he assaults it. So that's basically the rule. And if there wasn't in the game, and I'm just misremembering, we're doing it. There was somebody, right? And that's you guys. And they basically have to hold off 75% while Ian and his small little mech company takes on the other 25.
It's a lance. Like he has a single lance.
He has a single lance, and you fight like 5 lances or something crazy. Like it's nuts. By that point, though, I have a dire wolf in the game, and so I just Gauss rifles and just core mechs. It was easy, but I digress. Fucking great game. But you guys have to hold off. So it's gonna be a meat grinder. It's gonna be a slog, and we're gonna tell the story in 2 parts. Basically, you guys holding the pass, regardless of what you do, probably getting pushed back at some point. And then the second part will be you guys helping like defend the palace from like the final assault. You'll fight kind of like the first part. There'll be no chance to repair either. All right, no chance to repair between the 2 big battles. Make sense? So think about where you guys want to be. Think about where you guys want to be.
That makes the most sense.
I like it.
'Cause-
I think it's a good plan.
So Cyprian is going to ask if all 10 of us are going to deploy.
Oh yeah.
Well, 9 of us, because Yinny's out of it still. She's still out.
Yinny, if you need someone in a mech, she's willing to get back in the cockpit.
Will's gonna make sure she's in the mech. So we're gonna
Get
need all
in.
hands on deck.
Cyprian's going to also suggest that maybe we run all of the checks on as many guns that we can possibly get on the dropship. Fire support's going to be important.
Like have the dropship as like a stationary gun emplacement.
Yeah.
Could.
Why not?
I think
I mean, if it's a stationary gun emplacement, we could just literally block the road with a fucking massive gun.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I think it would be more useful after capturing the palace and using it as a forward base at the palace itself.
I would
Yeah.
agree. The footing on the
But-
valley, since it needs to land on a level surface, is the only.
And it needs a lot of it.
True, yeah.
Also, this dropship is the home to a lot of civilians as well. So if we put it in the line of fire, then we can either have lots of casualties or a lot of homeless people.
I say we layer the defense. Us in front, the auxiliary unit blocking the mouth of the pass, and the dropship behind them.
Not a bad idea.
We're going to have to bring it down anyway to deploy.
It's true. And we will need a plan for when it's time to retreat, because I've seen the numbers. We are needlessly outnumbered. We can do a lot with a pass. We can do a lot with just the 4 of us, but we will have to at some point retreat behind our auxiliaries, and they'll have to spend some time defending on their own. And so we'll need to know what that looks like.
The old dropship. Probably not even to scale. It should probably be even bigger.
Okay, might not fit then.
You can make it work. Like plop it like right there.
No, that's a little bit too much in the line of fire.
Well, like right there, just right at the end. No, I'm just
Wouldn't-
throwing
no,
out
it's-
ideas. All right,
it's not-
With no means of retreat or escape.
none. Absolutely none.
I think the dropship is a at the palace sort of thing.
It's not a
Yeah.
bad idea.
That is
Yeah,
if we want to
Agreed.
commit it.
Drop ship. But I mean,
They're not
Yeah.
impossible to blow up. That's all I'm saying. You get enough Gauss rifles, LRM-20s, and stuff going on a dropship, it will be destroyed.
And I mean, especially when you consider the fact that it's just if you don't roll snake eyes, you're going to hit it.
Yeah.
Like,
it's massive. You can't exactly miss.
and it can't move when
Yeah.
it's down. So it's literally the broadside of a burn.
How long would it take to actually take off, like in turns?
Assuming that you had it all engines ready to go, like 10 turns, like to get the engines going, like it's a while.
Okie doke.
Like anytime you see it in the game, it's usually like a 10-minute countdown. Like, oh, they're taking off. They're done finishing fueling. Getting ready to take
Yeah.
off. Yeah.
Okay. My plan of putting it in the pass and then just letting them quickly take off and save themselves was not going to work then.
Oh, it's not a leopard, unfortunately.
I am hesitant to commit our dropship because, well, we'll need it to, assuming we survive this, we'll need it to continue mercenary work. But also, there are a lot of people who live here. A lot of people who aren't soldiers, who aren't mech pilots.
True.
So I think we should do this one sans dropship.
Ian looks across the table at Jacob. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jacob, but didn't your father serve with the mercenary company, the Red Corsairs? What was the name of the planet? They were in that final battle.
Battle of Luthien.
Gods. I understand your father survived that battle. Not all of his friends were so lucky.
The way he described it, he went out the way that he wanted to.
Nods. The reason I bring this up is that I can't help but draw comparisons between the defense of that city and the defense of the palace I'm to reclaim. Any insight? Suggestions?
It's going to be a meat grinder, and the fact is that we're sirloin. So we gotta,
Speak for yourself. I'm
as
top round.
we gotta keep watch out for each other so that no one of us gets too heated up. We gotta keep it's so that their attention's switching to look for the next weakest link. We can't just, like sit there and try and fire, because if we sit there and just soak up fire, one of us will take a hit that we can't come back from, and then they're going to focus on him, and then go for the next weakest link, and the next weakest link. We got to keep on moving, and we got to keep ready. We can't just sit there. We have to keep the pressure up, which is hard to do when you're the one setting the ambush. So I think we have to try and take as many guns as possible to
The sergeant major
bring down the
actually
hammer on them.
points to. He draws some lines, and what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna draw some lines on the map. So he draws a line here, 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 and he says, "Those are your 5 zones." He waits to see if you understand what he means. Those are your lines of engagement.
Fighting
Engage,
retreat.
you fall back. Engage, you fall back. Engage, you fall back. But those 5 lines, those are your 5 lives. Someone looks like it's getting a little too hot for them, you fall back. Everyone has to listen to one another when it happens. But if it was me, he actually points and he sort of pings right on the map. He goes, I'd have everyone set up these little cubbies right here. And then when stuff gets too hot, you fall back to the next cubby. Give yourself some cover. Can't be seen in these little cubbies right here, right? Then you could fall back again. Again. You have multiple ways to kind of fall back and do basically a fighting retreat, but you pull them in. And then what he suggests is that you have a couple of additional mechs set up, maybe Bruce and Sam with some fire support, that they can just rain stuff down into that valley. Aaron, you're
It's a
muted.
good
I was
plan.
muted. Yeah, I was muted. Callum's gonna look at Ian and just ask point blank. Well, Duke, Ian, you want to retake the palace, not destroy it, correct?
Correct.
Do either your forces or the rebels have any Long Tom support?
You know what? We're gonna roll for it. We're gonna roll for it, Aaron.
Okay.
We're gonna roll for it. And we're gonna roll a D100.
Okay.
High or low, Aaron? High or low?
Hi.
Actually, do you have tactics?
Yes.
I'm gonna have you roll a tactics check. All right?
Okay.
Because I think we should stick to the rules of the game. However, it's not gonna be an easy one.
Well.
21.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks.
I'm gonna spend an edge to make you re-roll those 2 6s.
You're a piece of shit. All right. So I'm rolling a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm rolling a +9. 2 6s and a +9. All right. Fair enough.
Come on.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Alright,
Oh, the dice gods
so-
giveth and taketh away.
So now it's 11 instead of.
It's an
21.
11 instead of a 21.
All right. Cool.
Yikes.
Nice.
Hey.
Oh, and he gets a fucking 12. What is that? That
Nice.
is hilarities. Hilarious, as it were. Okay, so yes, they do have long time support.
Cyprian's going to pipe up and suggest that they retrofit one of his his LRM 10s with some targeting missiles, so he can drop homing beacons onto targets, and then effectively, as we're doing a fighting retreat, the long toms have got something to literally just laser target.
Ooh.
Fire saturation in
I
a specific area.
Steve, I was kind of right there with you. I was actually going to suggest, just in the interest of heat, that Callum drop some of his missile loadout, because this is going to be a marathon rather than a sprint. And maybe dedicate some of that pod space to a narc missile beacon, which would help anybody who's firing missiles LRMs. That is, it would help anybody firing LRMs hit their target.
Sure,
He
especially with the longbow.
Yeah.
With it being just missiles.
Cyprian's going to peer over to where Sam is. I'm assuming still stood kind of just at the back behind everybody.
Sam and Bruce are there, and they're just trying to look serious, but not, not interrupt.
He's Cyprian's going to kind of pipe up and go, Sam, you fancy another spin in the night gear?
She's like, her eyes like light up. Absolutely, thing's awesome.
You and me, rear guard.
Not limp-wristed salute.
That's a bit too much energy.
He looks sad. Briscoe's a little limper.
Better.
Which means that it's going to be Willow, Callum, Jacob, and Bruce up front.
Willow is going to turn around to Bruce and look at him and say, all right, Bruce, this one's going to be tough. Very dangerous. You're going to need to stick with Callum here and do everything that he says.
Yes, sir.
And don't stop moving.
What do you want him in?
Probably the Centurion? Something that's heavy enough to take a punch, but light enough to also keep moving.
Does have that AC-20 on it that he got, what, like 2 or 3 kills last session? This is
Yeah,
nuts.
he did. And as long as he's
Maybe
not,
the Hellhound. Well,
he's done well with that one too. And the Hellhound's got jump jets.
It's a little
Yeah, the
faster.
Centurion's
Too.
got
Is
which
the
would
Hellhound
help.
a little faster?
Yeah, it is. And I'm
Centurion's only movement
thinking like
2, I think, or is it 3?
yeah, the
It's
Hellhound
not
Hellhound
great.
is 3.
Yeah.
Centurion's 2. And with the terrain,
Jump jets are better.
jump jets will make it easier to be mobile, which
Mhm.
is actually why I think Callum is not going to take the the Mad Cat, and is instead going to take his Templar.
You're insane.
Cyprian's going to like feign shock. And be like,
Why am I insane?
Templar.
It's an assault mech. It's a little heavier, a little more armor. It's more pod space. I'm not committed to that. I need to play around in Mech Lab to
So you said
see what
the
I can
Templar?
see what I can.
Wow.
Yeah.
Which version?
One that I made.
Okay.
It's in my thing. It was one of the ones on the Oberon when we captured it.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, everybody build one. Yeah.
Build something
Mine
fun.
is it's a kind of a dick build.
Oh, you mean like
because
my direwolf was at the end?
Sort of, except mine has inferno missiles that if it hits will just cause a mech to shut down.
Oh, that's
It'll just push
silly.
it'll push it immediately to shut down.
That's a silly thing.
excellent.
And then it's just a sitting duck. And yeah, it's just one of those things.
You're a monster.
I'll take a look at it, and
You're an absolute
maybe-
monster. You're a madman.
let's do what I can.
I'll get that on the docket. There we go. Templar.
Yeah, I think I
Excellent.
might run with that, just because like to just immediately like to every round be able to like take somebody just clean off the board. And then they've also they go to immediate shutdown. They have to roll every other effect. So if they have ammo, they also have to roll see if they have an ammo explosion because of the overheat.
Oh my god, stop
And-
it.
Yeah, unless they have a case system. In which case, even if they do have a case system, then they can't use any ammunition-based weapon because the case system is engaged, and so the ammunition won't feed. So
You're a
it's
madman.
just
Fantastic.
I think I'll be taking that one. And the Templar is a Davian designed advanced mech too, so I think the symbolism there would be
I like it.
good.
I like it. Fantastic. All right, well, I'm getting that on the map for you. Okay.
Mhm.
Damn, maybe And maybe Bruce should take your Mad Cat.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe that
'Cause
would
that's
be
that's movement 2, right? Or 3?
3.
Yeah.
Mad Cat's 3. No jump jets,
Oh,
but movement 3.
I think Bruce
And
should be in the Mad Cat then.
you better bring it back.
He's gonna love it. He's gonna love that mech. Be
Yeah,
like, I'm never giving it back. Be like, get out of the cockpit. He's like, no.
I'll just hit him with the infernal missiles, make him shut down.
He's like, oh
Just-
shit.
No.
All right.
Yeah, the Templars, good old inner sphere omnimech.
There you go. There you go. Well, as you were all, kind of coming up with this plan, discussing it, do you have any additional, I guess, suggestions, tactics, Jacob, Willow, Callum, Cyprian, anything else?
I'm assuming that the Duke is sort of in favour of everything that we're suggesting.
He has not argued at all.
Cyprian's going to look at the Sergeant Major and then look at his mum and then to the Duke and pointedly say, and what's the plan after?
He stands up a little straighter. He's leaning over, looking at the battle maps, and this question comes somewhat not out of the blue for those that know Cyprian, but it obviously wasn't where the conversation was going. But the Duke, Prince, soon to be Duke, Prince nods his head. Well, that's something I've thought a lot about, Cyprian. What comes after? What I've learned during this occupation of my people's home planet is that war, fighting, it's easy. Shoot the bad guy, hopefully come home, reload, and shoot the next bad guy. But after the war ends, there's no one left to shoot. After the war ends, you have to start building things, creating opportunity for life instead of taking it. So what comes after, Cyprian? That's when the real work begins. That's when we rebuild this planet's infrastructure, rebuild its people's livelihoods. That's when the true test of whether or not I'm the right person to lead Kentares IV will happen. This fight, this battle, this occupation, this is just the preamble. But my first step and my first duty and my first focus will be the people of this planet. Whether or not the palace is razed or falls, the people need to be taken care of. So I'll focus on them.
Cyprian will nod and look and see what the expression on Sergeant Major's face is.
His expression as he looks at you, because he never took his eyes off of you, his expression is resigned. It's not pride. It's not disappointment. It is simply as though in this moment, Cyprian, your father understands who you are and accepts you for it. He doesn't like it, doesn't dislike it, accepts it. Your mother, on the other hand, looks really proud of you. She's like, there's my boy, always asking questions. I like him. Taught him to question everything. Later on, he'll be like, what did you teach your son? And she's like, to be a free thinker. And he's like, ah.
Why did you do that? That's
Why
not
did you
how
do
this
that?
works.
He's supposed to
That's the root
conform.
to democracy.
I wanted to put him in the military. You
She's
don't
like, this
think
is
in the
why you married
military."
me. And he's like, I know, but
Cyprian will look at both of them with like a bit of a cheeky smile in the corner of his mouth and say, "Oh, okay, well, why don't you give the people something to fight for? Fairly sure that we'll have plenty of personnel carried long-range missile launchers. Why don't you let them fight for their land and their homes?
nods his head to
You're
the
fighting for
side.
yours. Why not let them fight for theirs?"
Elaborate, if you would. Bryn, I don't think I follow.
Everybody on Kentarens has lost something, some more than others. You're fighting for your home, the palace. Not everybody has a palace, but everybody has a fight in them. At least most people, I'm assuming, that are still here. There's probably some fight left still in them. So while we're deploying and taking the bottlenecks head on, and you're taking your palace head on, what rest of the troops that you do have, distribute arms to the people and let them fight for their own homes.
Kentares IV, fuck yeah. Coming to save the motherfucking day. Kentares
Exactly.
IV, fuck yeah. So, funny story, as I was getting ready for this game today, I started singing America, and then I changed it to Kentares. Kentares IV, fuck yeah. Battle mechs, fuck yeah. Desari Prince, fuck yeah. It was just, it was a whole thing. What was it? Katrina bitch, fuck no. It was good. I had some fun with it. Dongle Guard, fuck no. It was great. But that was just funny that you start arming the citizens like America. Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's going to look over to his dad and goes, "Hey, you go far enough left, you get your arms back."
You're not wrong. You know what? I'm gonna have you roll either a tactics or negotiations. You have liberalism? The skill? It's true, you go far enough left, you do get your guns back.
Do. Okay, it's gonna have to be a tactics
Oh,
roll.
that was really funny, Steve. You are a funny man. 10 out of fucking 10, baby. That was good. That was
Ooh,
good.
16.
I only got an 11, so you win. And Ian's
Excellent.
like, you know what? Arm the people. And if anyone else ever shows up, people can fight back. Brilliant. If only my
Everyone
father had
deserves
thought
the
of it.
opportunity to fight for their own home.
Like it. And then afterwards, Cyprian can lead them to revolt to kill the prince.
If anyone is looking
I
at
know where you're
Willow-
going with this, Cyprian. You're a monster.
If anyone is currently looking at Willow, he is standing there going with tears streaming down his face.
Happiness? Sorrow? Happiness. He loves it. He loves it. I love it. Love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, Ian takes everything in. Discussions of the plan, the battle that is to come, kind of conclude. And the plan is 3 days. 3 days of preparation, 3 days of battle analysis, drills, whatever else you want to do. Then the final fight for Kentares IV begins. What do you guys do over those 3 days? What are you focused on over those 3 days? Let's start with Jacob.
So I think Jacob is focused primarily on keeping everybody who's going to be with the the holding force. He's going to be keeping them up to shape, making sure that they know their equipment and out, make sure that everything's packed and ready. He's just being what they hired him to be. He's being the expert mercenary who's been on a mission or two.
Take it.
Mhm.
Okay.
And maybe he's interacting with some of the mech techs. I'll
Okay.
let you choose which ones.
Who specifically would you want to interact with? Do you have any preferences? You said I could pick, but I'm open to it.
Doesn't
I'm
really.
gonna pick
Maybe
Tom.
Dina. Okay.
Ever since Dina put her fist through your glass of your cockpit when she was frustrated one day, she hasn't been allowed to hang out by your mech anymore. By order of the guy in charge, the boss man. He's like, nah, nope, you can't do that anymore. Old Richie, good old Richie. But we'll pivot over to there. We'll pivot over. You've been looking over things, and Tom is there, and he's just doing some final checks, and he's gonna ask you a question. You've been just sort of
Mhm.
chatting small talk, and Tom will ask you a question. You know, I've always wanted to ask a mech warrior, at least one that I respected. That's not to say that I don't respect everyone here, but there is a code among mech warriors. But I'm curious, Jacob, if I may speak freely with you. Why do you enjoy the fight? Every time you get into this machine, you risk death, reparable bodily harm, kill other people. Why?
What I've grown up with, what I've been in my entire life. My dad fought. His dad before him, he wasn't a mech warrior, but he was a soldier. So it's just been something that I've grown up in all my life. I don't know anything else. I don't know if I'm good at anything else. Uh, it's what I do. It's a tired cliche, but shark has to keep swimming to keep breathing. I have to keep fighting, keep living. So
When will you
you know,
know?
it might catch up to me one day, but
And what if it doesn't?
I'm
What if you keep fighting? When, if ever, do you stop fighting, Jacob?
when I get to be useless and I have to go to teaching people how to fight, which that's what ended up happening to my mom and dad. So worked out for them.
Are they still alive?
Uh, Mom passed a couple years back, but dad's still around.
Hmm. No, it's
Thing that sucks is that it wasn't you know shot to the cockpit or fucking missile to the torso. Cancer fucking got
oof.
her.
You'd think with all of our advanced technology, we'd figure out a way to fix that.
It is what it is. It's a puzzle that you can't just solve by shooting the shit out of it.
Hmm? Well, regardless, I'm glad you're choosing to fight for us, brother. I'll get this thing in ship shape. Be ready soon. Gives you a little salute. Moves on.
Mhm.
I'd like to
Yeah,
pivot over
you can get it.
to. I'd like to pivot over to the Mad Cat, actually. And Dina is actually not the Mad Cat, excuse me. It's going to be the Long Tom, right? Is that what you have? Longbow. Longbow. And you have a new mech tech working on your longbow, good sir. It's a classic character. Fan favorite, so I'm told. We got Dina. Dina's working on it. And Cyprian. She is in a pretty good mood today. She's not yelling. She's not screaming. She hasn't cussed or broken anything, Cyprian. And you approach, and she's kind of giving you the cold shoulder, man. Kind of giving you the cold shoulder right now. Not really talking to you directly, but having other mech techs address you through them. And I'm curious. I want to know, for Cyprian, Steve as a player character, how have things been going between Dina and Cyprian? Have they gone anywhere? Or did Cyprian muck it up? You tell me.
They've probably been going tentatively okay to good-ish. But yeah, not
All right. You know what?
not like super locked in.
Yeah. You know what? She's mad at you. Cyprian, it's Luna, don't eat the wire, you silly kitty. You're such a kitty. My cat likes to chew on wire because she's an idiot. In a good way. I love this
think all
cat.
cats
But
do.
she is mad at you. And your mission, Cyprian, right now, is to figure out why. Okay, good luck. Good luck. You can use your skills. You can use your deductive reasoning as a player, but you got to figure out why your maybe girlfriend is mad at you in this moment.
Is this a girlfriend minigame?
Yeah, it's a girlfriend minigame. You got to figure out why she's mad at you. All right.
So
You have no idea.
if she's like talking to me through other mech techs, he's
Yeah.
going to totally play into that,
I love that.
and
I love that.
it's going to be like, you know, if whatever the message comes down, he's
Yeah.
going to send one back, and also like tag on the end. You realize how stupid and childish this is.
And her response, so he's like, yeah, we're gonna reconnect the targeting computer. Should increase efficiency by about 0.25%. Also, she says, what do you mean childish? And like it goes back and forth like this. She says, what do you mean childish? I'm completely normal. I'm being completely normal. It goes back and forth. Do you have negotiations? Do you have skill understand girlfriend? Talk to me. Help me out here.
He has lots of skills in lots of tech.
It's good. It's good. You want to
he
do a
has a-
technical roll on this? Deductive reasoning?
He has a point in investigation.
Oh, roll me an investigation check. I doubt you'll make it. You never know. Let's see what I rolled. I only rolled an 8. I rolled a 1. That's a pretty bad roll. Ooh. All right. So as the messages are going back and forth, Cyprian, going back and forth, finally she says, do you know what day it is?
He's going to
Be careful
respond
with
with
that.
he's going to respond with like Thursday. I looked at the calendar.
Comes back. The message comes back with, fuck you. You forgot. That's what it says. Fuck you, you forgot.
No, I'm pretty sure I would have written it down somewhere, or at least put it into the logbook.
Can I? Okay. So okay.
Callum, your mech, your bad cat that you're probably talking with Bruce at is like right next door to this one, and you're kind of walking him through how to use it, and so you're
Yeah.
overhearing a bit of this conversation.
And he's just gonna. Oh, and he's got to go over there, completely just not giving any thought to what the actual tenor of the conversation is, and he's just gonna look at Dina and go, I'm sorry, I forgot your card. I know I said I'd bring it, but I forgot it. But happy birthday."
And she looks over at him and she goes, "Thank you. Thank you for the thought. That's what matters. At least you didn't forget." And
It's just gonna like
smile.
I picture like he's here, she's here, and like Cyprian's over
Yeah.
there. So like, and he's just gonna look around her and go,
You bugger.
As Dina's not looking at him and
Yeah.
looking towards you, you're just gonna go.
and I think Callum's gonna try to salvage this for Cyprian and be like, "Oh, and Cyprian, sorry, I know you have that thing in my footlocker that you've been."
He's gonna quickly go. No, it's fine. I'll get Richie to grab that off you later.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry about it.
Sure.
And then look up at Dina and go, I didn't forget. I've got to go and see Richie.
And she's like, mixture of like, I'm mad at you, and oh wait, you didn't forget? and then she looks a lot less disappointed, and then looks to Callum, and then looks to Cyprian, who's scurrying off, and looks back to
Yeah.
Callum and goes, "Thank you."
Cyprian's walking away very briskly, going shit, 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 shit.
And you get over to Richie, who is over working on a different Mad Cat. Not you actually have a separate Mad Cat now. You have two Mad Cats, which is
We have one
sweet.
for parts.
You have one for parts. He's actually ripping apart stuff in this Mad Cat, like he's ripping it apart. And you get over there, and Richie looks down and he goes, "All right, look, I get it. All right, lots of animal motifs with battle mechs, right? But this is really, I know I've asked this question before, but this is really look like a cat. Like there's no whiskers. I guess I could paint whiskers on its
He's gonna
face."
quickly tap him on the arm and go, Richie, we've been through this. Just get some aluminium sheeting, like tack weld them onto the top, make them look like ears, paint the little lenses on the front of it. It'll look like a cat. It's fine. I need you to pretend that we've sorted something out for Dina's birthday. You remembered her birthday, right?
Oh, you fucking forgot, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget. I
Oh.
definitely remembered.
Oh, you forgot.
No.
What's it worth to you?
What do you want?
And like he's like hanging upside down out of the mech like Spider-Man right now, like, and he's like got like some tools, and he was like leaning up, and then he like kind of like drops down, plops like a ninja, and then like slowly rises up. It's kind of creepy in a little way and like a little ominous, and he goes, "I want you to laugh at my jokes,
Which jokes?
all of them,
That's pretty steep.
for a full month. Every joke I tell, you have to laugh like it's
Done.
the funniest
Fine.
thing you've ever heard."
Okay.
He raises his finger. Everyone. Gut-wrenching laughter. And it has to be believable.
Has to be believable.
Yes.
Fine.
Alright, let's practice. So, hey man, you ever look at the wolfhound? Doesn't really look like a wolf or a hound.
Oh my god. I fucking hate him so much.
Cyprian's going to do like his biggest.
Roll me a 2d6 plus charisma to see if he believes you.
Hey, he didn't say it had to be believable. He just said he had to laugh.
No, he said it's got to be believable. He said
did
that.
say
It's
Oh,
gotta be
yeah, he
believable.
said like it's the funniest thing you've ever heard. Yeah, okay. All right. Fair enough.
2d6 plus charisma. Make it happen. Oh!
Wow, so Cyprian rolled a 9.
Pretty good.
That's pretty great. Can I spend a point of edge to make him re-roll that?
Yes. You absolutely can.
I will spend a point of edge to make him re-roll that.
That is the. Oh!
In your face.
It's meant to be.
Worth.
It's just worth the
That was
spend there.
fantastic. That was the funniest shit I've seen in a
Cyprian
long time.
laughs and everybody believes him.
And everyone believes him. And he's like, good. All right. What do you need?
Need
Flowers,
you?
chocolates,
No, I need you to
lubricant?
relay an incredibly important message to my mum. Tell her that I forgot, and to pull all of the stops out. She'll know what to do.
He goes, I'll written that for free, sucker. And he's gonna turn. He's gonna walk over, and he's gonna go find your mom and tell her to pull out all the stops.
He's gonna before he walks off. He's gonna say, Richie.
Yep.
He's gonna like go quite close to him, but like as you're walking past somebody and you're kind of just whispering in their ear. He's gonna say, spread the word of where the engagement's going to be to everybody to the population that are being armed.
Oh. Sorry, what?
So tell everybody, all of the people on Kentarens that are going to end up with small arms, rifles, missile launchers. Tell them, where the what is it, Palace Valley Pass.
Their funeral, buddy. he nods. He'll do it. So
It's
Cyprian's mom sets up a really nice romantic dinner for him and Dina. That seems like it was totally his idea. And she tells him, with Dina not there, don't forget next year. It's the last time I'm bailing you out. I mean, there is a next year. Maybe you'll die. You'll never know. But yeah. So you said engagement, and in my head I was like, oh my god, he's proposing to her. He said things were going okay.
No.
I was like, what a
And-
twist
and
that
then-
was.
And then the next sentence was everyone with small arms. I went, wait,
That's-
how left are we at this wedding?
That's so weird. I'm confused. But I love it. All right. I love that. I love that. Willow.
Everybody gets a chance to fight for their home.
Willow, you
Literally.
are just outside of the mech bay. The ramp that goes up into the dropship. And you've actually been called out there because an unidentified dropship was seen on approach. It had no known markings. But it matched the description, sort of. At least some of the scarring and like damage on it of a missing dropship. And as the dropship landed, a bunch of security personnel, a couple small light and medium mechs came out, right? And do you know who walks down the gangplank?
I have an idea.
Make him roll deduction.
I'm gonna have you roll a notice check. That's
Spend
really
an edge,
funny.
so you have to re-roll it.
And you notice a missing sister comes walking down the gangplank, and she looks quite smug. She's flanked by a few masked armed guards. Kind of looks like she's maybe in charge of them, and she starts walking her way over to Willow, and she's just got a smirk on her face. And she walks up and she doesn't say anything. She just walks up. She's like at like the base of your gangplank. You're just up the ramp a little ways, like 20, 30 feet away. And she just stops there, flanked by her two guards. You're flanked by a couple of guards, and she just looks at you, just smiling.
I hate it when you smile like that. Ugh, it's never meant anything good. You always get me into trouble when you do that shit. What is it? Why am I not going to be happy?
Oh, you're gonna be plenty happy. I'm here to help.
Okay, that answers my question. Okay, why are you here to help?
She looks to her left at one of the guys, looks to the left at one of the other guys, looks back at you. I need real estate. I'll help. I'll help with my dropship. I'll help with the 50 other men that I have on board, good, capable fighters. I'll help. I want real estate inside the capital.
Are they all wearing gimp suits like these guys?
Yeah, I kind of have a thing, you know?
Yeah, I know. I get
Don't
it.
judge me.
You, listen. That one time that I had to get into the
I know what you're into.
janitor closet, and then you and Lawrence were in there, and it was a thing. I haven't told anyone yet.
Does the rest of the company know that you're into yiffing? They know?
I mean, I sure hope so. It's not a secret.
Disgusting. She says, disgusting.
The
And then she
two
walks up the
guards kind of
gangplank,
just share a glance.
and she opens her arms and she gives you a hug. It's like,
I
I've
give
missed you,
her-
brother.
I've missed you too. And
But you guys now have a Leopard class dropship as well. That is a little more heavily armed than the one you have, both in armaments and in armor. Basically like a fighter, basically. A big ass fighter bomber. So
well, let me take you to the prince. I can't exactly give you real estate, but you can try and extort the prince.
she's like, I love extorting royalty. Cyprian and I got along so well.
But somehow, I don't think that's the first time we've done that.
Love it. You guys see this kitty? See her?
You're so
Awesome.
kitty.
Baby.
All
right.
Other Willow will also spend the rest of the time literally walking around the ship. Instead of being a smug asshole putting his talents of his charisma to work, basically instilling national pride of Kentares back into everyone on the dropship.
Ooh, I like that. Why don't you roll for that? Why
Yeah,
don't
what do
you
you
roll
want?
for that? And here's what this roll is going to do for you. All right. You're going to roll this check. I don't want to do this.
I got leadership.
I'm going to have you roll a leadership check. For every point by which you beat it by, I will give you a prize. I'm not going to tell you what the prize is yet. But for every
I love
point you beat my
prizes.
check by, you'll get a prize. All right?
Except if they're gachapon. I hate
All right, I'm going
gachapon.
to roll the check. It's only at 12. Actually pretty terrible.
All right, well,
roll it
I only
up.
have a +5 in this. Woo!
All
One.
right. All right. You may choose one of the following.
I was
Plus
gonna say,
one
I'll
edge.
give you one of my my last edge to make you. Do you want me to make him re-roll that 4 and 5?
Definitely the 5. The 4 is a toss-up.
Nah, I'd say reroll the 4.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I'm rolling
yeah.
at a +3.
Statistically, that'll either be a 4 or...
I got a 15.
Wait,
Oh no,
that
wait,
doesn't
that
make
was
any
a skill
sense.
roll. I'm sorry. I only got a 9. I only got a 9.
All right, so that goes down.
6. That gives you 6 points of success.
All right.
Yeah, so it's 9.
All right.
I
You
have
may
4 prizes.
you may dish out 1 plot point or 1 additional edge. You guys may split that amongst yourselves for the final 2 battles. 1 plot point or 1 additional edge. And you can spend them either way. You could start with 6 additional plot points. You could start with 6 additional edge overall. It's up to you guys. That will to represent the national pride you have instilled.
Do we want to do 2 plot points, 2 edge, just to be safe about it?
Probably.
Wait, do we get? We got 6
You got
successes,
6.
right?
Yeah.
4 edge, 2 plot points.
Did we get to? I thought he rolled a 6, but that was with the +3 already, so he had 9, which
No.
is 13. and
No, he
4.
rolled 3.
Yeah.
And plus his 3,
Correct.
and then he had a 1 and a 2 on the hanging
Oh,
over
I
from
thought
the previous roll.
I read it that he rolled 2d6, which means he got 3 and 3.
No,
plus
I
the 3
got a
plus 4.
d6 plus 3. Or I got 3 plus 3. I got a 6.
Okay. All right. Then yeah, let's do 4. What was it? 4 edge, 2 plot point.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
We're gonna need re-rolls more than plot points, I think.
Well,
Yeah.
plot points lets you shift
Probably.
damage
Yeah.
Yeah, but it
Yeah.
lets you shift damage too.
or just
Edge
Yeah.
is the only
negate
thing that
it.
we have. Yeah, edge is the thing that I think we should just do 6 edge.
All right.
That's fine. I mean,
I
we're
don't
all
hate it.
we're gonna start with our plot points anyway, so
Yeah.
True.
Let me put that down in a note somewhere.
All right. So as the 3 days pass, any other scenes, moments, conversations that any of you would want to have prior to gearing up and heading out to set the ambush?
What was the outcome of Penelope's conversation? Did she manage to extort some land, or
Prince
like, is she
agrees to
skipping
give her
around?
Nope, the Penelope. The prince does agree if she's willing to help to give her real estate inside of the capital. You know, he's not gonna like steal it from somebody, but he says if there are any abandoned buildings or anything like that, like you'll have first pick. She accepts that.
Yeah, probably is. It's a good deal.
What better way to start a crime organization than in the
A
capital of the
totally
city?
legitimate business.
Totally legitimate business. I mean, sorry.
Yep.
Anybody else? Any other conversations?
Cyprian wants to have a conversation with Penelope.
Ooh, I like that. right. Because if I remember correctly, you guys had a moment prior to her leaving. If I remember correctly. Nope, no, wait. It was Anders' old character. Never mind. It's been a long time since we did
They
that
had-
session.
They had a number of moments.
Lots of moments.
Yeah.
Repeated moments. Alright. Make that happen. Yeah, so you catch Penelope in a hallway.
Yeah.
On aboard the dropship. Not flanked by her two gimp-suited guards. But you're crazy, man, Willow.
Cyprian's going to be like, as they're passing in the hallway, he's going to, when two people are kind of one moves left and, you do the
Awkward thing,
like,
you both go the same way.
Yeah. Cyprian's going to do that, but deliberately kind of get in front of
Excuse
her.
me. Pardon me. Look, you go left,
So
I'll go right.
He's going to say, go, okay, and then deliberately go and stand in front of her again. I hear you. I hear you're in.
In where?
He's just going to kind of gesture around. Well, the end or beginning, depending on your perspective, I guess.
Well, every end is a new beginning for someone. Say you die in the woods, you're now food for insects, scavengers. Beginning for them, a new meal.
Well, quite, yes. Here you're getting yourself some new property.
Word travels fast on this dropship, doesn't it?
Does indeed.
She goes to move away, and I assume that Cyprian steps in front of her again.
He is, and he's gonna go to place an arm on her shoulder, like directly in front of her.
She lets it happen, but Cyprian, you can feel her tense up like crazy. Like she does not like this.
He's just gonna say, you've got a lot of capable troops. There's a lot of people that want to fight for something better in the world. Remember where you came from, where you've got to, and the fight that you had to go through. Don't force everybody to go through the fight. You can help people. You can fight with them.
Negotiation.
I don't have negotiations.
I know. Still rolled really bad. That's 2 1s.
What am I rolling on this one?
You're gonna roll. If you don't have
Charisma.
negotiations, then you're gonna roll 2d6 plus charisma.
There we go.
Oh my god. You know what? You see, Cyprian, that as you put your hand on her shoulder, her hand went for her sidearm.
Yep.
And like she didn't like it, but then it slowly moves back and she just gives you a look. I have a question for you, Cyprian. Why does my brother put up with you?
The better question is, why does anybody put up with your brother? People are stronger together. And then he's just going to walk off down the corridor the way he was going.
Have you roll a
when-
dodge check as you hear 3 concussive shots as she shoots you in the back? I'm just kidding.
When
Quiet.
Cyprian
Silent.
walks away, Willow's gonna walk around from the corner and very quietly say to his sister, "It's because he is absolutely the most emotionally intelligent son of a bitch I've ever known, and Callum desperately needs him."
Oh. I like it. I like it. All right. Any final scenes other than that? That was brilliant. That was brilliant, Cyprian. All right. So as we get ready to sort of tie up today's session, we see all of you preparing. We see Evan Hart's sons preparing. We see a montage of you guys going through trainings, looking at the tactics, the battle. We see Sam and Bruce preparing themselves. We see
Richie setting up a boombox with montage music.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Richie setting up a boombox with montage music. We see them setting everything up, and And then we our final scene is the mech company of Evanhart's sons moving into position in the valley, where in the distance you simply see rising smoke as multiple lances. And our final scene is enemy detected. Enemy detected. Enemy detected. And that was where we will end today's session. But as I always say at the end of every session, any final thoughts, questions, comments, or concerns before we get ready to wrap up today's session?
Yeah, that was fun.
It was a lot of fun, guys. It was a good setup. So the game plan here is two-part battle. You guys will defend the Valley Pass, and then you will likely show up to assist Ian in taking the palace. Because, spoiler alert, as well as it goes in the video game, it's not going to go that well for him. He's going to need your help. All right, he's going to need your help to come in and and help the final battle. All right,
It's
God.
Cyprian's opportunity for a friendly fire incident.
What?
Oh
Me?
no!
Oh
The
no,
Duke-
I killed the
what a
prince!
tragedy!
Oh, it looks like
We
we're all
should
socialists now. Oh no! Oh, let's usher
get on
in
the
the
bread
communist
line.
utopia.
Get on the
Oh
bread
no!
line. Get on the bread. Give that gun back. Get on the bread
All
line.
the people have guns now. It's so great. Jacob, I want to say thank you so much, Anders, for being here today. I know you're in Europe, so I appreciate you taking some time out of your trip to hang out with us. You will see these beautiful people here tentatively in 3 weeks. 3 weeks will be our next session. So not the 3rd, not the 10th, but the 17th. 17th is our game plan to meet back up at 2 p.m. for a big old valley battle, and then a big battle at the palace. Now, big thing to think about. There will be no time between these two fights to repair. All right?
Let's get it. Let's get it.
No time to repair. No time to repair. However, let's talk turkey. Let's talk some XP. For showing up today, you get 5 XP. All right? Because I like you guys. You're going to get 5. For doing some great roleplay, you get another 5 XP. And because I love you guys, you get another 10. So you get 20 XP. All right?
Oh,
Because
shit.
it's the last 2 sessions.
Oh,
Pretty crazy. You're
shit.
getting 20 XP. All right? So get a little crazy. Get a little hog wild. Have some fun with it. And we'll meet back up here. But as I always say at the end of every session, thank you so much to the players for playing. You guys are awesome. This has been a great story. I'm glad we're getting a chance to wrap it up and tell what I wanted to tell during season 1, I guess, or the first time we tried to do this. And it'll be fun to put a nice little bow on this for you guys in the next 2 sessions. But until then, thank you to the viewers for viewing. Thank you to the players for playing. Happy gaming, everybody. We'll see ya in 3 weeks for the part 2 finale of Mechwarrior Destiny Homecoming. Until then, be well, be safe. And happy gaming. What's wrong, Willow? You gone in 3 weeks?
I'm busy the 17th.
Oh, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. So you'll actually see these guys back here tentatively on the 24th. They'll be available the 24th. That is hilarious. Hilarious. That has been this entire game. Once a month is when we play. Once a month. It's okay, though. We'll get it
We got
done, though,
this.
boys. Until then, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys soon. Good night, everybody.